Hello everyone. This is Ty from Ty Hot Takes coming at you with a little discussion about this game called Ananta, which is basically Spider-Man plus Grand Theft Auto plus anime girls and guys. And this game looks fucking crazy. So this game is being developed by Naked Rain, which is located in Hangzhou, China, and it's being published by NetEase. This game is planned to release on Android, iOS, Windows, PlayStation 4, interestingly enough, because that's the last generation of PlayStation consoles, and it will be on the PlayStation 5. And most importantly, cross-platform play for the online will be supported. And seriously guys, when I say that this game takes inspiration from Grand Theft Auto 5, I really mean it takes some serious obvious notes from Grand Theft Auto 5. We're talking about the car hijacking, we're talking about specific features from Grand Theft Auto 5, such as the character switching mechanic. It's that thing where you switch to another character, such as Michael or Trevor, and the camera will, like, go up into the sky, and then it will zoom in and, like, come down, like, on the character that you've selected. So you'll be like, whoosh, and then the camera will zoom in and it will allow you to control that character through third person view at that point. As for the more obvious Spider-Man inspired features of Ananta, there's the physics-based swinging mechanisms, which is basically the male protagonist of this game is able to sling freaking black webs, I guess, instead of like the white ones. You've got like these thicker black symbiote-like webs, as if he's like Venom or symbiote Spider-Man. And yeah, the character also hangs out from the side of a tall building as if he's freaking Spider-Man. Like, he's got his hands spiders sticking to the building and everything. This game is definitely not shy about taking its Spider-Man cues. So the third-person melee combat for this game looks suspiciously a lot like Insomniac Games' Spider-Man as well. There's a recent gameplay trailer from IGN which shows the male protagonist attacking his enemies with these long black tentacles that look a lot like the symbiote attacks that were featured in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And this trailer also featured a QuickTime event system, so you have to push the QuickTime event buttons at the right moment or else you don't pass the event in the given action cutscene. The original gameplay trailer also featured stealth gameplay, and there is a remote controlled spider robot that also looks like it's obviously taken from Insomniac Games' Spider-Man. Also, according to this article that I found from the Cow Coast Times, link is in description, there will be social media and hacking mechanics which seems to be taking inspiration from Ubisoft's Watch Dogs franchise. So one feature that was shown off that I think makes this game look a little bit more distinct from Grand Theft Auto 5's online mode is the fact that you could play as a police character. In the trailer, they showed you playing as a female police officer, and Grand Theft Auto 5 definitely doesn't let you play as a police officer in that game's online mode. In my opinion, the ability to play as a police officer in Ananta seems to be taking some inspiration from the GTA 5 fan mod called LSPDFR, which stands for Los Santos Police Department First Response, and that is a mod that allows players to roleplay as police officers and the opposing players play as the criminals. So both LSPDFR and Ananta have the criminals versus police gameplay element in common. Also, this game will be free to play on any platform that you choose to play it on, and very importantly, this game is apparently not going to be a gacha game. And if any of you are watching and you don't know what a gacha game is, a gacha game is usually defined as a free-to-play game where you have some sort of loot box system which lets you kind of roll the dice to unlock either cosmetic items, or a lot of the times these gacha games will have important items that are in these loot boxes which have a random chance to give you like an important character or weapon or something like that. Also, loot boxes in several gacha games also require a premium currency, which requires you to whip out your credit or debit card in order to get the currency that is needed to open the freaking loot box that you need for the character or the weapon or whatever, which is great. So this game does not feature gacha, and apparently it's going to be monetized exclusively through cosmetics, which I think is really not so bad. As far as I know, we don't have a ton of information about how the cosmetics are being rolled out. It looks like there is probably going to be a premium currency, but I just know that there's a currency that is going to be used to buy the cosmetics, and according to this article from the Coastal Times, if you pre-register for Ananta, you will get cosmetics, currency, and early access opportunities. So that tells me that there will be a currency system that lets you buy the cosmetics, and that doesn't sound too bad. It might be a little bit expensive to unlock these things, and I'm sure a lot of players might complain about, wishing that they had more opportunities to unlock cosmetics with the in-game currency, but I'd be surprised if they didn't have cosmetics that you could get for free as well. So time will tell what the cosmetic stuff looks like in the future. So before I leave this video, I want to address a couple of concerns that I have with Ananta. First off being that this game is being developed and published from China. Full disclosure, that's not me being a dick about this game being made by the Chinese. There's a couple of games that I really like that are Chinese, such as Muse Dash. I've dabbled with Girls Frontline 2, so I'm not trying to be a dick to the Chinese here, but there is a slight chance, I don't have any information or confirmation that this is exactly what's going to happen, but potentially NetEase could be policing the online community for Ananta, trying to stay within the boundaries of what's important to the West's government and also China's. So there is a non-0% chance that Ananta could be policing online players from saying stuff like Taiwan is a real independent country, and don't forget what happened at Tiananmen Square in 1989, bro. Also, this is a side note, but I think it's worth remembering that Blizzard Entertainment, which is supposedly a American gaming company, in the year 2019 at a Hearthstone competitive tournament, banned the professional player known as Blitzchung after he expressed some support for the Hong Kong protests in a post-match interview. And I think that's fucking crazy. Like, here we have Blizzard, an American company, but it is technically 5% Chinese owned because the gaming company Tencent, which is located in China, owns 5% of Blizzard. So that goes to show that you only need 5% of a company to sway that company on what they are or not allowed to say that might displease the Chinese government. Also, another thing that I kind of take issue with Ananta here is the fact that because the game is Chinese developed and published, it does feel like NetEase is able to get away with more possibly IP and copyright infringing stuff that publishers in the West probably wouldn't be taking these different elements from different games such as Grand Theft Auto 5 and Spider-Man and Watch Dogs and putting them all into one mishmash of a game like Ananta here. And in my opinion, it's just a bit unfair that Western developers would have to worry so much about IP and what different elements that they borrow from different games, and the developers and publishers from China simply don't have to worry about that as much. Like, obviously, in Ananta here, they're not actually taking the IP for the character Spider-Man and putting that in their silly anime game. Like, obviously I'm not accusing them of doing that, but I feel like here in the West, at least, you'd be at a much greater risk of violating some sort of IP or copyright rule, in my opinion. But now that we've got some of the cons for this game out of the way, I do want to say that I am pretty cautiously optimistic for Ananta here. I think there are a lot of cool mishmash elements that make this game unique and, dare I say, innovative. I know some people say, oh, Chinese developers or whatever, they can't innovate. I don't think that's completely true. I think the fact that all these different gameplay elements are in one unique package, I do think that this game is distinct from all the games that I keep mentioning over and over, like GTA 5, Spider-Man, and stuff like that. Like, this is obviously distinct from those properties. Also, according to this article from the Coastal Times, there will be technical tests for Ananta going going live in 2025, and a worldwide launch is expected by early 2026. So if you're looking forward to playing the full release of this game, to me it sounds like you're probably waiting for early 2026 realistically. So anyways, guys, are you looking forward to this weird mishmash of anime and Spider-Man coming in early 2026? Please do let me know in the comments below what you think about this upcoming Chinese mishmash game. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe while you're at it. If you want, of course. Anyways, guys, this has been Ty from Ty Hot Takes, and I'm signing the fuck out. See you later.